They cannot keep their hands off each other. It's remarkable how much contact they make. Say what you will about Donald Trump, he's the only president in history who's done that. And it's important to remember, these are the official Trump fragrances, not to...
Trump's Paris trip was like watching a bull in a china shop, but with more baguettes and less grace. Our favorite orange politician decided to show the French how spectacular and sexy they are. From arm wrestling Macron to hawking cologne in Notre Dame, Trump turned diplomacy into a comedy show. But hey, at least he didn't try to buy the Eiffel Tower. Or did he? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video.
Trump's grand entrance to Paris was about as smooth as a cheese grater on sunburned skin.
At one point, it was like they were struggling for control of a lightsaber. Like, what? Yeah. Sexy people, people who know how to kiss with a tongue, is that tongue they call it, the French kissing with the tongue. Be careful with that thing, that you don't want to ruin that beautiful hair. Yeah.
Our favorite orange politician decided to show the French how diplomacy is done. Trump style. Picture this. Trump meets Macron for a handshake. But wait, this isn't your average hello. No, sir. It quickly devolves into what can only be described as the world's most awkward arm wrestling match.
Kind of an impromptu display of machismo, I guess. And now it has turned friendly, bro-y, even a little bit gay. Trump also got some time in Paris with Prince William. Yeah. There they are. They cannot keep their hands off each other. It's remarkable how much contact they make.
Trump, determined to assert his dominance, grips Macron's hand like it's the last Big Mac on earth. His face turns a shade of red that would make a stop sign jealous. Meanwhile, the onlookers are having a field day. Raised eyebrows, stifled giggles, and looks of sheer disbelief bounce around the room like a game of facial expression ping pong. You can almost hear the collective thought, is this really happening? But Trump wasn't done yet. Oh no, he was just warming up. Next on his agenda, complimenting the French people. Sounds harmless, right? Wrong. Trump, in his infinite wisdom, decides to call the French spectacular and sexy. Because nothing says international diplomacy quite like sounding like a creepy uncle at a family reunion. Just when you think it can't get any worse, Trump decides to outdo himself. What could possibly top this diplomatic disaster, you ask? How about a little self-promotion in one of the world's most revered religious sites? That's right, folks. Trump, in a move that would make even the most shameless infomercial host cringe.
He had to use that picture because he doesn't have a picture of his own wife smiling at him. Even after all these years, Trump still can't tell when a woman is faking it. Although if you do zoom in on Jill Biden, you see she may just be holding her breath there. It's not...
Decides to promote his fragrance line in Notre Dame Cathedral. Because nothing says respect for cultural heritage quite like trying to hawk cologne in an 850-year-old church. But hold on to your berets. Because Trump's Parisian adventure is just getting started.
Say what you will about Donald Trump, he's the only president in history who's done that. And it's important to remember, these are the official Trump fragrances, not to... I feel like Trump had no idea he was going to win. He just signed a bunch of licensing deals that he now has to promote. He releases while flatulating himself to sleep in a courtroom setting.
There's more cringeworthy moments to come, more diplomatic faux pas to witness, and more reasons for the rest of the world to collectively face palm. Stay tuned as we continue to unravel this comedy of errors that makes reality TV look like Shakespeare. Just when you thought Trump's Paris escapade couldn't get any more ridiculous, enter Jimmy Kimmel. What happens when America's favorite Trump roaster gets his hands on this golden material? Let's just say, things are about to get spicier than a French mustard. Kimmel's reputation for Trump takedowns is legendary, and viewers were on the edge of their seats, ready for another serving of political roast. As the late-night host sharpened his comedic knives, you could almost hear the collective intake of breath from his audience. They knew something good was coming. With his trademark raised eyebrows and perfect timing, Kimmel dove right in. He dubbed Trump Napoleon Bon Spur, a clever jab at both Trump's height and his infamous bone spurs.
Napoleon Bone Spurs showed up for the grand reopening of the Notre Dame Cathedral. The visit gave Trump a chance to King and the Burger King. It's Prince of Wales and a beluga. Run it again from the top. Another off-putting New Yorker. President Trump was in Paris this weekend.
The audience ate it up, their laughter building with each Trump-targeted zinger. Kimmel didn't stop there. He described Trump's awkward arm wrestling match with Macron as an impromptu display of machismo.
Arm wrestle French President Emmanuel Macron again. Every time these two get together, they grab each other by the hands. After many years, Trump finally found somebody with a gaudier house than Mar-a-Lago. Look at how he's sitting. Look at it. And they kind of like, they embrace and struggle. And this started in 2017.
You could almost see Trump's face turning as red as his tie all over again. The audience was in stitches, their laughter growing louder with each punchline. But Kimmel was just warming up. He hinted at even more juicy jokes to come, teasing the audience with promises of more Trump-related humour. The tension in the room was palpable as everyone waited for the next comedic blow. As Kimmel's roast reached its crescendo, one question hung in the air. How would the orange turd, former president, react to this comedic onslaught? Given Trump's history of Twitter tantrums, it was only a matter of time before the fireworks started. And boy, did they start. True to form, Trump's Twitter meltdown was a sight to behold. All caps rage? Check. Misspellings that would make a first grader cringe? Double check. It was like watching a toddler have a meltdown in 280 characters or less. But hold on to your MAGA hats, folks. This comedy clash is far from over. The fallout is about to get real, and you can bet your bottom dollar that Kimmel's not done yet. Who knows? Maybe Trump will try to ban French fries next. Stay tuned for the next episode of Grumpy Trumpy Goes to Paris. Well, folks, there you have it. Trump's Parisian adventure and Kimmel's roast. A comedy duo nobody asked for, but everyone got. Trump fumbled through France like a bull in a beret shop, while Kimmel turned those fumbles into comedy gold. It's like watching a political sitcom, only the stakes are real and nobody's laughing in the White House. This whole ordeal shows just how divided we are. One side sees Trump as a bull-headed diplomat, the other as a misunderstood genius. Meanwhile, late-night hosts like Kimmel are the court jesters, poking fun at the king while we all watch and giggle. So, what's next for our orange friend? Maybe he'll take a trip to India and try to sell Trump steaks at the Taj Mahal. The best steaks, folks. Believe me, even the sacred cows will want a bite. Stay tuned, because in Trump's world the show never ends. It just gets weirder.